Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about why people do things for money. Money is the root of all evil. Now, we've been watching a lot of these cases where these people are getting rid of their own families, yada, 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 or stealing money, wills, property, and debts. And I can understand what some of these crime people are saying. It seems kind of funny how you have family members that have passed that you were very close to or whatever at one point, and they pass away and no one tells these people. Yeah, I can see how that's fishy, right? They don't tell you about the funeral, yada yada yada, right? I can see how some of these people are saying something is fishy, right? Something is fishy. uh, Either they used these people their whole lives, uh, and that was part of the thing, part of the racket to get the money. But I can understand some of these crime channels looking at some of these cases and seeing, hey, something is fishy here, right? There was property supposed to go to this person, but after the death, before the will was changed. Yeah, that's fishy. And also people showing up at these uh, court hearings or wills that are done through the courts, and property and stuff, exhibit, whatever they call it. And they use lookalikes. All they need is unless they fingerprint the person to find out if it's really him or not. If they have your identification and a birth certificate, social security number, I mean, if this was a lot of money, could this be pulled off? Yes. Right. That's all they would need is to get your information from a family member that was trying to steal from somebody within that family. Then yes, it could easily be done. And would they know? No, not unless they fingerprinted them or did blood tests. But any Joe with the right documentation, I mean, we all seen Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio, whatever his name is, fake documentation. That's all he needed, and that's all anyone needs. And listen, I'm here to try and help these people. I've been there. It's happened. You know, you have family member that you got along with great, you loved and everything. They pass away, and you don't hear anything about it till after the funeral, and they're already gone, and they're in the ground. And then, oh well, you know, or they'll tell you someone else died in the family that you already knew was dead, but uh, they made it sound like it just happened, right, or whatever. Yeah, I understand. I understand what some of these people are saying. It is very fishy, uh, and I would agree. I would agree. But here's the thing: if these people got their hands on that money, it's gone. I wouldn't doubt if them people are gone, and either that or that money is gone, hidden. Will you ever get it back? Probably not. Probably not. You probably won't because they've done took off with it or spent it and or hid it or someone else in their family got the money, right? And I do also think it's very suspicious when you ask, these people how come they weren't allowed to go to the funeral. They got along great. They loved it. They were family members. How come they weren't allowed to do? How come this, that? How come the wills were changed after the funerals? You know, How come you told these people you couldn't? Certain people were dead already, but they weren't. They were still alive. Well, that's a scam. That's how they do it. It is a scam. And here's the thing: if they do it to their own family, they might do it to people that are people that are already dead using their names and claiming they're, they, what they do is do a family tree on them, and then, oh, I'm a long lost cousin such and such. uh, and you know I was contacted that I had a piece of property that was left to me, right, worth millions or whatever it is. So yeah, I can see how this is a problem. And if you don't have enough people investigating it, then yeah, quadrillions of dollars have been stolen from people that should have rightfully got that money, but because of the corruption within the system and the courts and lawyers and doctor and all kind, yeah, it's very possible. It's that easy, that easy. So I'm here to tell you that I understand why these people think that, and they have the right to. It is kind of fishy. They didn't let anybody know till it was over with. Uh, People trying to contact you, they give you the wrong numbers, and then you have people saying, well, he died, so the money rightfully should go to the kids that he don't have them kids. They're just they make them up, and then people get the money, right? The insurance pays them. But we're also seeing that there's a lot of insurance agencies that are scamming. They ain't looking for nobody. If one of your family members died and they had a multi-million-dollar insurance, that you get if they pass away, they go, we all know what happened to that money. So insurance agencies are also on it. It's very, very rare that you'll find a legit insurance agency that'll pay the money out, uh, especially if it's a large amount. These insurance agents are so good. It's like real estate agents. They're so good. They'll make it up. They'll make it look like someone else is you. And these people are so brazen where they will have someone that looks like you go in there. And if they have the right documentation, if if they're real good friends with a family member or somebody within the justice system or court system, they can get your whole information. Social security number, birth certificate, phone number, driver's license. They can get all that. And all they would have to do is walk in there and look similar to that photo. Well, heck, they would just use their photo, but use your name, social security number, yada, yada, yada. And they'd rob you blind. They'd rob you blind. And we're seeing cases like that within these cases on YouTube where this is happening, right? Uh, like the Ron Logan property. Hello, Miss Debbie Fox. I didn't see you come in there. Hello. So, yeah, people wanted that. And he passed away. Now, did his rightful people, did the rightful people get that? Being that it's corrupt in Indiana, probably not. They probably stole that, or it went into the state uh, money or whatever, right? Or the insurance agency, whatever, kept it. So, like I said, I understand these people that we're seeing in some of these cases, and it's even happened to me. Family members that have passed away, that all the family knew that they passed away, but they never told you. And that's happened to me. And then they made it sound like, and they're making it sound like to these other people in these cases that we're seeing. Uh, Oh, well, you must have forgot. I told you. No, they didn't say anything. And that's what's making it fishy. That's what's making it fishy with these cases and with other real life people around us. Even me, where all of a sudden the whole family hates you. You're no good bastard or whatever. And you didn't do anything, right? It's other people out there saying, spreading rumors. I've had that happen to me too, right? Ex girlfriends or whatever. And then next thing you know, your whole world's turned upside down. Uh, and the whole world hates you. Even your own family thinks you did something that you didn't do. So was it deliberate? I don't know. Was it jealousy in that one case? Uh, did no one tell that person that these people passed away because they were left something in the wills and people were jealous or mad and 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 broke the law and rewrote it when legally that person was supposed to get it and they didn't? That's a crime, right? That is a crime. uh, Sad. I mean, them people probably never will get their money, and a lot of these people could use that money, but they'll probably never get that money or property or whatever. It's all a scam, folks. Money will divide anything, and it'll cause people to do very stupid stuff. And I want to thank God Almighty, King of Kings, that I don't base my whole life on money. Sure, it would be nice to have some. It would be nice to be well off and be able to survive and have things. But there ain't no amount of money worth killing and wrecking and deceiving for money. And anyone that tells you different is the devil, because it ain't worth it. You've lost your morals, integrity, and you have said to Satan that power and money is more important than your own blood and God. And it's just horrible. Let me see what Debbie's saying. This exact thing happened to me a couple of months ago. I found out my dad. Yeah, I know. I know it's horrible. But like I said, these are the people that have been doing this to not only me, to everybody. Uh, they these people. I agree with some of these YouTubers. These people are so bad that if you have a death in the family, they do. If you uh, are having a great day, they are. They got to have a better day. They got to always be better than you. So I understand what some of these YouTube crime channels are saying. It's very fishy. Why weren't they contacted? Uh, they were family, close family. They got along great. Why weren't they contacted? Why weren't they invited to the funeral? Why were they the last to know after everything was done and said, and years have gone by or whatever, months or whatever, and no one said anything, right? I don't know. I don't know. It breaks my heart. Breaks my heart because I didn't know certain people passed away until it was already over with, and they were already in the ground, and they were like, "Oh well, didn't you? Don't you? You know, someone died in the family." Well, when did that happen? Oh, it happened a while ago. And, well, what? Well, why didn't anybody say anything? So it does look very suspicious and fishy. Now, a lot of people can say a lot of things, but these people are crazy. They have to be so jealous or to think that you don't deserve to have something like that just because maybe you were related to them and at one time in their lives you got along great with the family and they left you something, but someone in the family might have thought, hey, you didn't deserve it, right? And or you weren't blood, you were just a cousin or whatever, and they changed the whole thing after the death or whatever, and yeah, that looks suspicious to me, right? That looks suspicious to me. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, and I agree with these other people, and they always go, these people got to be better than you. If you get hurt, they got to get hurt worse than you, so they can be on top. Uh, so yeah, it's I don't know what they call it. Debbie, what do they call that? There's a sick say, or there's a I think it's a sickness where they always got to be better than you. There was a comic sketch about that a great comic did, and the guy would be like, "Oh, I just won a trophy," and they would go, "Oh yeah, well I just won such and such six trophies," and they always had to be on top. I forget the name of what it's called, Debbie. I think there's actually a medical term for it. But if I have any family members out there that passed away and I didn't know about it, and no one told me, uh, God rest your souls. Which I think I just found out myself that a family member passed away. So, and I had no idea. I found out through Facebook, and and it's been a long time, and I just found out. So it might not be true. It might be a fake account or something, but I hope not. But no, I had no idea. It's heartbreaking. I don't even know how many of my family members in Illinois might have passed away, and I have no idea because uh, either they couldn't find me, or I don't know why they couldn't find me. Everybody, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they did hate me, but their whole life in front of my face, they loved me and had a great time and everything. I don't know how someone could hate you that much and act like you're the greatest thing in the world. That has to be one sick person. That has to be a delusional person that could put on a, an act, but behind the scenes, they're trying to kill you. I mean, that's delusional. That's mental. But some of the greatest killers were like that. They'd act like they were your best friend, and then they were killing people. It's crazy. So I agree with some of them people out there. It is fishy. It's fishy about my whole life is fishy. These people's lives are fishy that we're watching. It's just the whole thing smells fishy. But it's possible. I'm not going to say it's not possible that they did steal a bunch of money uh, from them people because I know for a fact it's very possible they impersonated him uh, and stole his money. See, here's Debbie Fox in chat saying the same thing happened to her when her dad passed away. No one told her. That happens to a lot of people. My Aunt Jan passed away, and my Aunt Betty. God rest her soul, because when I did was around them, uh, they were loving people and kind and had a great time. Uh, yeah, it is depressing. And then for them to be scammed out of something that might have kept a family heirloom, that might have reminded that family member of you, or remind that it's crazy. Something they left you might have been something that you had a good time with them and they cherished that moment and they kept something, or they might have bought something and it reminded you of them, and it's just sad. It's horrible. But I've been through it. Everybody's been through it. Very depressing, but don't let it get you depressed. Yeah, sorry for your loss, Debbie. But I can understand how some of these crime channels now are saying, well, it seems in that one case, it did seem kind of fishy. They were in the will, but then they passed. No one told them. And after they were dead and buried, they changed the will, rewrote it. Well, you can't do that because they passed away. And the person that was there, uh, or that wrote the will, is passed. How did they change it? How did they change it? The only way they would have been able to change it is if someone was in charge of the will and they rewrote it. Executive of the will, and they rewrote it, which that's not good to do. I don't know if that's legal to do or not. It might be legal. It might be legal to do that, right? The person that was left in charge of the will didn't like anybody and changed the whole thing. Well, that's very possible. That's very possible. So I agree. And Debbie, I'm going to ask you: do you think that's possible that people could do that and get away with it? Yeah, that's what I think too. That explains my whole family missing. they probably all got they probably all got a buttload of money or something, and they just split, left me. Oh, Johnny died a long time ago. Or I'm telling people I died. Or I'm telling people I died. Oh, he's very sick. He died. He's very sick. Couldn't make it and everything. Here he is. That's funny because I think he's on YouTube. No, he's too sick. He's gone crazy. He's too sick. My mom's boyfriend had my mom cremated and sent to me in the mail. Said she left him 10,000, and there is matching. Oh, you've made out big. God bless your mother for leaving you 10,000. There was probably billions, Debbie, but your stepdad made it look like there was nothing. Right? They had to show something. Right? That might have been $10,000 out of 50 million. So if they can scam you, they'll scam you. I think I got some fireflies out there, Debbie. Well, it's sad people have to go through that. It's sad you had to go through that, but yeah, I think it's possible. That's what either that or the whole family hates you or whatever. They just don't. They don't let you know about nothing. They just don't want you to have nothing. They hate you. There's always that one in the family, right? That thinks they're above everybody. Right? They'll do anything. They'll try and stage a death, make it look like you. They'll do all kinds of stuff. And yeah, it's sad. It's pretty sad. Everybody thinks everyone lives in a gated community and was born with a golden spoon in their mouth, right? But they weren't. I think they're so possessed with the devil and power and money uh, that they're demonic. I've seen, we're looking at that one case where uh, the one mother of the the child literally drove the guy crazy and committed all kinds of crimes and everything because she thought that she was entitled to everything because they had a kid that wasn't even proven to be theirs or his or whatever. And it was just a case of a woman scorn, right? Now, do I blame her? No, she had a kid to raise or whatever, you know. But you know, when you say 20 different guys are the father, and you're scamming all these guys, and yeah, it's hard to feel sorry, right? It's hard to feel sorry for them. I mean, I understand they're a woman and raising a kid, but when you're scamming all these dudes, it's gonna come back on you sooner or later. My God, the one broad was scamming five guys, right? Getting money from five guys. I mean, that's crazy. Oh, your mom's boyfriend's son did that. You know, Debbie, all the birds that I've been having here, and then all of a sudden they stopped. Haven't seen them for about a month. I bet you it was my family members that passed away, probably. The squirrels and everything. It kind of makes sense now because I just found out. And it kind of makes sense. It breaks my heart because I had some good times with my one aunt. She owned a property up in Wisconsin, uh, right off the lake, a small resort. And I had some great times with my aunt. And my other aunt, uh, I had some great times with when I was younger, staying over at her house. Uh, and when I got older, I used to go over there and visit and have a couple beers and joke around and everything. And yeah, it's it's horrible. My one aunt I haven't seen since I was a teenager. Uh, I seen her on Facebook, but um, in person I didn't see her since uh, my family divorced. But I do remember the times that I spent with them, and it was always fun. I mean, that was the aunt I knew when I was raised as a younger man, but God rest their souls. They were great ladies. But for all I know, could be darker than coal. I'm just saying, we don't know anymore, right? Especially when families divorce and they split, and you spent like your whole childhood and teenage years with them, and then there's a divorce in the family, uh, and they split, and you don't really see them anymore, right? It's almost like they take you away from the other side of the family or whatever. It's pretty crazy. Watching all this crime stuff for the past, I don't know, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, longer than that, going into all these YouTube chat rooms and talking to people and watching all these documentaries and crime stuff. It kind of makes me think now, right? Did that happen to me more than once? Probably. Probably. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to talk about that. Ooh, I seen a flashing thing out there. I think I got a couple of lightning bugs out there. But I just wanted to go ahead and yes, I agree with you folks out there in the world. It is possible to rip people off like that. It is possible that people hold grudges, uh, and they'll wreck your life. And a woman or a man, right? A jealous man will wreck your life, right? Excuse me. And a jealous woman will also wreck your life. And I can't believe the amount of women. that are coming up pregnant, and they're scamming men. And the new thing is the men that they have babies with are putting them up to it, right? Don't tell them it's mine. That guy over there that you uh, had a crush on or whatever, go sleep with him, right? Because then you could say uh, that it's his kid, and he's got tons of money, and we're gonna make a lot of money. They're scamming people. They're scamming people. They're effing scamming people. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna end this. I might be back later with a fire or something, or unless something big happens. We had another shooting today, uh, and it's flooding again in Texas. Uh, they had to call off the searches because it's starting to flood again. They got storms coming in. We got tornadoes in the. I think we had another volcano eruption or an earthquake or something. Uh, so we need to hunker down. All glory goes to God. Amen. And uh, God save us all. I'll be back later. Yes, Deb, what don't kill us makes us stronger. You're right. God bless. I'll be back.